Good afternoon, it's Tara in Kansas City coming at you with a special message for all of my girlfriends and fans and friends who are in the direct selling industry. So it's so interesting because I got really I was thinking about all the stuff I want to say, and then I got really nervous because I was like, oh my God, what if people judge me? Which is actually what I'm going to be talking about. So if you're here, say hi. If you're catching the replay, put replay in the comments. I would love to know who sees this and what you think. Definitely though, say hi to me and let me know that you're here. I wanted to come on and make this video for several different reasons. Hey, Lacey. For one, as many of you know, I had a career in corporate and loved it and was climbing the ladder and doing really extraordinary things with my business and what I was doing in that corporate world. And then I had 2 little boys and everything changed for me. And I really wanted to be home more. I wanted to be present more, and I was traveling all the time. And so I stumbled on a direct sales company that I decided to go all in with and change my life for the better. Now, while making this transition, although it changed my life for the better, it was extremely taxing on me emotionally to make this move because I was so worried about what other people were going to think of me. I was so worried, what are they going to say? What are they going to think? And you know, there were some really mean people out there. I'm not going to lie to you. There were some women who were extremely mean to me. Hate is going to hate. Okay, if you're on here and you're watching and you're hating, you can take a back seat. Because ain't nobody got time for that. But anyway, I was very vulnerable to what are other people going to think? Are they going to think I'm crazy? I mean, I actually heard really things like maybe she's just extremely postpartum. No, not postpartum, just looking for a great opportunity to spend more time at home. But I was so wrapped up in really caring about what other people thought. But here's what I'm going to tell you. If you are in this industry or you've thought about going into this industry, nobody's really thinking about you that much, okay? You are caught up in your own mind, in your own cycle, and you are the one who's telling yourself all this negative shit. So it's not someone else who's saying it. It's you. You're saying it to yourself because of your own vulnerabilities and your own insecurities. So first off, turn off the voices, okay? Turn off those mean, nasty voices inside of your head and live your life and be who you came to be. That is my mantra, and it's the words I live by, is that I am here on earth to be who I came to be, to embrace my gifts, to understand my opportunities, to work on my limitations, and be the very best person that I possibly can. Because I really believe there's 2 types of women in the world. There's bees and there's wasps, okay? And bees, although sometimes they appear very fierce, they're actually doing amazing things, right? They're out pollinating, they're creating flowers, they're helping things grow, they make honey, they do all these things, and they work together to do it. And then there's wasps, and wasps are just nasty. If you see one, you run and you cuss because they are mean. They have no other, they are just a mean-spirited bug that bites people and is really mean, and nobody likes them, okay? So you get to decide if you want to be a bee or a wasp in your world. And I'm going to tell you that you will much rather be a bee for so many reasons. But second off, I want you, if you're in the space, stop thinking about what everyone else is thinking about you, okay? First, no one's really thinking about you that much. And if they are thinking about you, they're actually not thinking about you as a person. They're actually thinking about themselves and the decisions they're making in their own lives. Now, they might be doing that through reflecting on your actions or what you're doing, but at the end of the day, we are all just women who are trying to be the very best that we can in our own skin, in our own marriages, in our own lives, as mothers, and we're just trying to figure it out, right? So we have to start supporting each other and lifting each other up and knowing that, you know, I'm making this decision for a reason, and no decision like this is ever easy, right? Now, there's a lot of women out there who aren't making huge decisions to leave their corporate job and start something else. They want something extra. You know, there's a lot of women out there who are doing it because maybe they want to buy a new pair of jeans or some shoes, or maybe they need to pay for their daughter's dance competition or put braces on their son. They're looking for a way to make some extra money, and it's really one of the very few outlets because let's face it, there's not a lot of part-time work out there, and if there is, it's paying minimum wage, okay? Most women are doing it because they want more time, not less time away from the house. So And that's great. It's one of the very, very few businesses out there that allow women to make a marginal amount of money on flexible time. And most of them aren't doing it to get rich or to become billionaires or millionaires. They're doing it because they need a little bit of extra cash. And it's a really great way for them to do it. And they fall in love with the product that they love. I mean, that's why there's so many different products out there. There's something different for everyone. The other reason that a lot of women do it is because they want a sense of community. They want a sense of community that is inclusive, that lifts them up, that cheers them on. It's a community full of bees, right? And occasionally there's some really bitchy wasps in there, but usually there's not. They're not out stinging and hurting other people. They're pollinating, they're creating, it's abundance, right? It's abundance, not fear. And the community aspect of it is huge for so many women. They want to be part of that. We get older and we don't have as much community. We start having kids. Our community starts becoming our kids' friends. And let's face it, our kids' friends might not always be the people that we want to hang out with. So we can be part of something that feels really good. And it makes us feel good as women. So don't worry about anyone else judging you. And if they're judging you, that's on them, okay? Someone else's opinion of you isn't any of your business. Who cares? Who cares? It's why we have so many options in the world. It's why I decided to wear this top today instead of a sweatshirt. It's why I decorated my house the way I decorated. It's why I drive the type of car I drove it. I don't really like country music, but do I think people who listen to country music are silly? Or if they at one point in time listened to jazz and now they're listening to country makes them absolute idiots? No, we have options. We all have options. And that's the great thing, is that we all get to be who we came to be. So now I'm going to address something else about the direct selling community that everyone that's on here needs to listen, because if you're listening and you're in, then you really need to hear this message, which is that you need to focus on yourself and what's bringing you joy within your business. And so many times we get into these businesses and we see people leave for other opportunities. We see people flex back into the corporate world. We see people who were all in at one point and now maybe they're not. We see people who go on to a different opportunity. It has nothing to do with you, okay? It has everything to do with them. And as someone who has left the direct sales world to go follow my own dream, it was all this again. It's like, what is she doing? Why is she leaving? What's wrong? Is there something wrong with the company? Is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with her? No. People have every right to change, and we have every right to continue to reinvent ourselves, and we should be. It's be who you came to be, not be who you were the whole, for the rest of your life. If I wanted to cut my hair off in a pixie right now, I could, right? People might judge me. That's on them, not on me. So this is the next thing, is that you have to love your tribe of women in direct sales, which is don't say mean things about someone if they decide to take another opportunity. Don't say mean things about, well, I can't believe they're doing this because I would never. Great, you're not them. And it also has no reflection about the opportunity and what you're doing for yourself, because it's just as big as it always was. And what someone else does has no impact on your life, your family, your actions, your income. You get to create. You get to be the bee. You get to go out and pollinate. But if you're too busy going around stinging everyone, nothing good's going to happen. Because here's the deal. You get to control your energy. You get to control what you're putting out. And your energy that you're putting out is what is attracting people to you. So if you are fear, if you are scarcity, if you are, worried, if you are negative, everyone feels that, okay? But if you are confident in who you are and where you're at, people will feel that too. The next woman that you meet, that you talk about your opportunity with, she doesn't know Jane Doe who just left the organization, nor does she care. She's there for her own reasons. And if you left the organization, the people that you meet, they don't need to know why you decided to make a move. I love to use this idea of I don't know how many of you guys are baseball fans. I love sports in general. And it's always very hard when a player we love leaves, right? So everyone knows that I'm a Kansas City Royals fan. I'm a diehard. We have season tickets. I grew up going to the games with my dad. I take my sons to as many games as I can. We have a shitload of gear. Okay. We're not only invested in the team and but we are invested. We have Kansas City Royals hats, t-shirts, everything, right? Eric Hosmer, first base, literally the darling of the Kansas City Royals. This year he leaves. He goes to another organization. Does that mean suddenly that I hate Eric Hosmer and I think that he's a total jerk for leaving? No. I'm a fan, and I can still be an Eric Hosmer fan. That doesn't mean I'm going to go start, cheering for his new team. But it doesn't also reflect bad on the Royals. It's not like I think, oh my God, what am I doing being a Royals fan? Eric Hosmer left. How am I ever going to wear my hat anymore? It doesn't impact it. It doesn't impact the now, granted, we really liked Eric on our team, but I'm happy for him. Great. Go to California. Live it up. Be happy. Make the money. Do your thing. It was a better opportunity for him for whatever reason it was. And it doesn't impact me as a Kansas City Royals fan and the fact that I love the team. But hey, if I wanted to switch teams, I could. I could start cheering for someone else. My dad, everyone's always like, how come your dad was the biggest OU fan? Well, he wasn't born an OU fan. In fact, he cheered for KU a lot of his life, but then one of my brothers went to OU and he started going to the games, finding out, and he became a fan over time. That's okay too. So then he became a bigger OU fan than he was a KU fan. Great. There's plenty of teams to cheer for, just like there's plenty of opportunities out there, but you get to determine what type of fan you are, who you're cheering, and who you're loving. And the last thing that this direct sales community needs is a bunch of wasps within the community, okay? There's enough people out there that we feel like we're getting stung by, or people are saying things or clouding our personal beliefs and who we are and who we came to be. So we don't need it within the organizations. And I have seen it. I have seen it, ladies. I have seen it that someone who's in the organization, and it's the best feeling to be part of a community, to be loved, to be there. And then when someone moves or changes, suddenly they're ostracized or they feel like they're no longer loved by that fan base. I've seen it in so many organizations. I've seen it with so many of my women, female friends who have been in the direct selling space and have moved around for one reason or another. It's not about the organization or the company or the product. Ultimately, it's about them. And for some reason, maybe it wasn't a great fit for their life anymore. And they felt like they wanted to try something new. They wanted to rep a new product. They wanted to have a new hat, right? They were no longer playing for the Kansas City Royals because they saw a really great opportunity to move to California and play there. Once again, anyone else's decisions that they're making, it doesn't impact you. Life is about creating a happy space for yourself. It's about being fulfilled, taking risks, saying, hey, I love this. What someone else does doesn't matter. Or, hey, I need a change. And that's going to take a lot of vulnerability for me to do that, but I'm worth it because I know I'll be successful no matter where I am and what I'm doing. And ultimately, at the end of the day, just like everyone else, I am a woman. I am trying to figure out the best way to provide fulfillment and happiness in my life, to be the mother that I want to be the wife that I want to be the friend that I want to be. And we're constantly worried about being judged. I sat around and thought about making this damn video for probably an hour because I was like, oh my God, who's going to see it? I thought maybe I should write down what I'm going to say. And then I just decided to go Gary V all in and rant a little bit about all of this because I see you out there. I see your Facebook posts. I see your hesitancy. I see you worrying about where you're at or where someone else is at or what's going on. And I just want to reach through and give you a virtual hug. And I want to tell you that it's okay. Whatever decisions that you're making in your life, it's your life and you get to live it. And no matter what, I want our community of women to be one that is supportive and loving and lifting. And I want us to be a bunch of bees out there, out pollinating the world and making it a better place. More flowers, more blooming, more honey. Not a bunch of bitchy wasps who are out there stinging each other. And like, everyone knows how a wasp is too. It like lurks around. It looks so unhappy. I got stung by a wasp a few years ago and it hurt really bad. Actually, this is a true story. This is not a metaphor. Like I actually did get stung by a wasp, okay? But be the bee, go out and pollinate and lift people up and just understand that we are seasons of change. And that is the best part about life is that you get to recreate yourself. You get to be who you came to be, not who you were all the time. And you also didn't come to be someone else. You didn't come to fit in. You didn't come to be ordinary. You came to be extraordinary. And you came to Embrace all of your gifts and all your talents and all the reasons that God made you so unique to who you are. Start thinking about this. There are not two individuals in the entire world that are the same or have ever been the same. And it's why people continue to write new beautiful songs. It's why the one piano new songs are coming out every day, because everyone's different and everyone's unique, and we all have something extraordinary to offer. So whatever you are, own it. Own it. Stop worrying about what anyone else is thinking. It doesn't matter. And even if they are thinking shitty thoughts, then those are their own shitty thoughts, right? There's nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. And the minute you can let go of what anyone else is thinking about you is the minute that you will start really loving everything that you are and everything that you can be. And you're going to still have the vulnerability. I just told you, I had thoughts about what do people think? Well, maybe someone will see this. Who cares? That's when I was like, what am I even thinking? Why would I care? I have more people that need to hear this message than are going to think it's shit. And if you don't like it, fine. Hide me from your Facebook feed or delete me as a friend, because this is who I am and this is who I came to be. And I just want you guys to know that you are everything and you're exactly where you're supposed to be and where you're meant to be. Whether you just made a change or whether you're where you're at and you're staying strong because you feel like it's the best place for you, or whether you say, hey, I've always wanted to try direct sales, but I've been so worried about what everyone else is going to think about me. Who cares? Be who you came to be, okay? So that's it. That is my Monday rant. I hope that you can take with it joy and confidence in who you are and all the gifts that God gave you, because there's a million other women out there who need to hear this message from you. And now it's your turn to pass the baton and go lift people up and inspire them and hug them and say, you are exactly who you came to be. Now get out there and share your gifts, okay? Happy Monday. I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.